Welcome to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. It's going to be a late night at Plainsman Park in Auburn, Alabama, and we're happy to be here. The weather cooperating right now, and we are ready for our first game of the regional final. Milwaukee needing just one win to make it to the Super Regional round. This is a big, big deal for the Panthers and Auburn in their third elimination game. They need to win twice, today, tonight, and tomorrow, to make it to the Supers. There's your bracket. UCF just eliminated a short time ago, about an hour, by Auburn. 9-3, Auburn won that game. So here we go, because of the weather delays earlier. Getting started quite a bit later than we anticipated, but we've got this regional final game. Let's just start with the first meeting between these teams, which was the first game here on Friday. A 13-8 win for Milwaukee, and they shocked everybody in this building in the first inning.
Oh, right from the get-go.
Yes.
Braden Horn, 3-run home run, gets it started. They're up 4-0 in the first. They get two more in the second, and this is a Braden Horn home run over the left field wall. 4-0. Second inning, they get two. Third inning, different pitcher, L.J. Cormier, Charlie Marion, bomb, center field. They're up 10-0. They hold on 13-8. They knock off the national seed Auburn on Friday afternoon.
And Auburn just finished a game an hour ago eliminating UCF. And they used 6 solo home runs to win that game.
I mean, it was lights out. These guys, the offense woke up, and they woke up after about the 5th inning against Milwaukee on Friday. You see Bingham's got 4 home runs this regional. Cade Ballou has 3. Came into the regional with just 1. Taylor Belza doubles his home run output for the season with that bomb. And Freilich has 2 home runs earlier today.
So that brings us to the regional final. Milwaukee 1 win away from the Supers. Auburn needs 2 wins they need tonight to extend their season. Well, Milwaukee Panther fans have had a lot to cheer here in their time in Auburn, Alabama. They had an impressive win to start things over Auburn 13-8 Friday. Then they beat UCF yesterday, so they're 2-0, needing just one win to make it to the Super Regionals for the first time ever. Auburn is the visiting team in this game, and Chase Freilich coming off a 2-homer game just a few hours ago, and they were not cheapies, let's just say that.
No, it feels like a few minutes ago, but yeah, Freilich has just been scorching hot. See what he did last game. He has really put on a tear with the home run, the long ball, as has most of this Auburn Tiger offense. Really woke up after about the midway part against Milwaukee in game 1.
Well, one of the pieces we had yet to see pitching for Milwaukee, Cade Kuhnke, is going to make the start, just his second career start. He is the Horizon League reliever of the year. There was a sequence in the UCF game last night, though, where it looked like they may need to use him. They didn't, so they're going to start him tonight. Yeah,
has not gotten a start, but Horizon reliever of the year. Fastball is going to be 90 to 94. Slider, curveball, changeup, cutter. And season high of 2.2 innings pitched. I feel like the way our regional has gone, with both of these coaches going with their closers to start this game, they do not want somebody jumping out fast like almost every winning team has done, other than UCF against NC State.
Good foul by Mason McCrane, leading off the game. Butch Thompson's team fresh off a 9-3 win over UCF. They fell behind in that game 2-0, using 6 solo homers. And 1-9-3 to eliminate the Knights. Crane had a home run in the earlier game. Bounced up there by Camden Kuhnke. You know, we've been waiting to see Kuhnke because we've seen all the accolades. You and I haven't had the chance to actually see him pitch in person. We've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, we really have. I mean, he's had a really solid year. And he struggled against LSU, was one of his only struggles. But other than that, he has been lights out. And that was one of the first games of the season.
Set foul out of play left side. We have talked about in some of the earlier telecasts about this season for Sean Wagner and the Milwaukee Panthers. They started 5-23. Now, a lot of that, they're in Milwaukee, so they're not playing a lot of early season games at home. They travel, and they'll go to Power 4 opponents. They played LSU and a bunch of different teams, and as a result of that, that's how you have the 5-23 start.
That's exactly it. You know, I mean, we've been talking about it. We didn't elaborate why they started out 5-23, but you lose 3 games at LSU. Then you go to Duke. You win 1 out of the 4. Evansville, solid baseball team. Go to Minnesota, Purdue. I mean, they've had some pretty good teams on their schedule.
2-2 pitch hit on the ground, and you talk about perfectly placed as far as the defense. Ross there actually.
I think that's Holmes.
That is, yeah, that's Christian Holmes, the shortstop. He was playing in his normal spot. The third baseman had switched over the 3 defenders on the right side, but the analytics worked out there as Mason McCrane hit it right to where Holmes was positioned.
I mean, absolutely perfectly positioned, because that was 105 off the bat. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room of range that you're going to get on a 105 exit velo.
Eric Guevara takes a strike. That just goes to show you, yes, these teams did play a couple nights ago, but the scouting and all the advanced analytics, they get out pretty quickly. It doesn't take long for teams to kind of catch up on opponents.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I'm looking at my scout and going, Mason McCrane's kind of a spray chart up the middle. I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time spending a whole bunch of guys on the right side when he kind of stays towards the middle of the field.
It's a 1-1 pitch. It's Eric Guevara. Strike from Camden. Camden Kuhnke. Got that up to 95 miles per hour, and we've seen some great pitching. Tice and Imke as the starters the first 2 games from Milwaukee, but neither of them possesses that mid-90s fastball.
No, this guy is a lockdown closer and has lockdown closer stuff.
Now the interesting, as you mentioned, it's the 2 teams closers starting in this game. We know that he did warm up yesterday. Now how hot he got, we're not exactly sure because they're kind of hidden away in the bullpens here.
I would have had him way hot.
Yes, but didn't see game action, but definitely got hot. So it'll be interesting to see how far he goes.
And that's going to be the important thing for Auburn to go out there and make him spend some of these bullets. Because as a closer, all I know is max effort, loud noise going towards home plate. I am not going out as a starter going, hey, let's try to pitch to contact. Let's try to get early outs. I'm trying to crush the opponent.
Guevara worked that count back in his favor and picks up a 1-out walk. He's ready for the jungle.
I haven't seen that one yet. I do not have that in my wardrobe.
That's not in your closet, huh? Tell you what, it's an interesting look.
And here comes security. Sir, you cannot wear that here.
Yes.
Getting complaints from the neighbors.
Well, too much time, and that's going to be ball 1.
You're getting complaints from the neighbors. Your jacket's too loud. You're going to have to either take it off or.
Well, having some fun. You have a post 10 o'clock Central Time start. Fralick with the 2 homers in the earlier game. This Auburn crowd always going to make a lot of noise, but perhaps one of the benefits of this late start from Milwaukee this facility was, I'm going to say, 85–90% full, and there was several hours of delay before it actually started the earlier game. Decent, pretty good portion actually have left.
Well, they did not clear the stadium in between games.
Yes,
so same crowd. But yeah, there's a lot of people that probably went home and we're going to try to watch this on TV as long as they could stay up. But a pretty good crowd remained, and the part of it is loud.
You know they're going to be loud. Not as many number-wise as there was earlier. Maybe that's a little something that helps Milwaukee. Obviously, it's still an Auburn crowd. The 2-2 to Fralick. Another full count.
18th pitch already.
They're out on the parking deck as well still. Hey, they're not going anywhere. Guevara at first, 1 out. Pitch count getting up near 20. There goes the runner. The pitch is outside, ball 4, and that's back-to-back walks.
Well, I will say, if there is a chink in the armor, it's 32 innings pitched for Camden Kunke, 15 walks. So he's averaging almost a half a walk and 4.5 walks per 9 innings, which is a little bit high.
That is going to merit a visit from Corey Bigler, pitching coach for the Panthers. There might not be as many Auburn fans here in numbers that they were earlier, but that noise level and energy level is still going to be ratcheted up very high.
It's pretty impressive.
It is.
Of course, we had half off on adult beverages during our hypothetical weather delays and the cloud-to-cloud lightnings.
And we started 3 hours late. 2 o'clock start. Wound up going at a little after 5. And ended a little after 9 o'clock.
That's how long we've been here.
That's how long they've been there, too. Hopefully they have designated drivers. Strike call.
I just don't want to be the pledge that goes walking by and knocks it over.
You got the War Eagle wall and folks up there, and whatever wall you want to call that. Towards second base, one hop, fielded by Bozak, goes to second out, to first, safe. Speed of River getting down the line. Really wasn't hit all that hard. Bozak did had to make a couple of steps to his left to come up with this.
That was cute. You can see Fralick freezing to make sure it's not on a line drive, but man, check out Christian Holmes coming across the second base, giving it every ounce that he has got to try to double this up.
Runners are at the corners with 2 outs for Bub Terrell. Takes the first pitch strike. Hear the crowd yelling, "Let's go, Bub." This is really a carryover from the earlier game tonight. He had a 15-pitch at bat. Bounces it to first. Hadley's going to take it himself, 3 unassisted, and Milwaukee gets out of it. Going to be a little issue there with the command, but Auburn strands a pair.
Ryan Hetzler, last game, gets the save, 3 innings of work to come out and close out UCF. Nasty slider, fastball 93-94. And he just slams the door, gives up 1 hit, but other than that was lights out, locked down. So while you got one of your best guys hot, let's keep him rolling as long as you can keep him rolling.
In those 3 innings tonight against UCF, he threw 37 pitches, and his strike-to-walk ratio was outstanding in those 37 pitches.
Yeah, no, he was really good. He has been solid this year, 4-2, 2.51. And as I said, fastball, I've seen him touch 98, but I think that the gun in Gainesville was a little juiced that day.
The Panthers are the home team in this game on Auburn's home field. Charlie Marion batting in the 2 spot with a team leading 13 homers. What he has done in the regional is go deep and just get on base one way or another.
I mean,
5 RBIs too.
These guys, 26 runs, and a lot of them have come early, and then they've held on. 19 runs of their 26 have come in the 4th inning or earlier.
I think what you just mentioned is on the mind of Butch Thompson, the Tigers head coach, that, hey, I'm going to stick with the guy who closed out the earlier game. See if he can keep that rolling to try to keep Milwaukee quiet in the early stages of this game, something that has not happened in the first 2 games they've played.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been the pattern of our regional. You get off to a great start, and then you hang on for however long you need to hang on. But for me, honestly, Mark, this is about the top of the lineup. I mean, Ross, 5 for 7. Marion, 4 for 6. You got all your dudes up at the front, even if this is an opener, and get through the top of the lineup, and then you bring whoever you're starting in while you got Hetzler, while you can have him.
He went around and strikes out. Did not check his swing. And Hetzler K's Grant Ross to begin the bottom of the first.
Hetzler just continuing. This one's more of a cutter. He's throwing a breaking ball with a lot more depth earlier today, but that one has just a little bit of cut action. Ross cannot hold up his swing.
0-1 to Charlie Marion. You mentioned his work so far through the first 2 games, 2 hits in each game against Auburn and UCF, including a 3-run homer. That's a foul ball off the foot.
It's a solid year for Marion. Had 4 RBI in game 1 versus Auburn. Home run, 2 runs scored, and followed it up with a 2 for 2 and 3 runs scored.
Well, you can tell he's feeling that foul ball. He's frustrated.
Yeah, he's on a little ginger on it, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Back in the box with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And that first pitch after he fouled the ball off his leg was off speed, and the next one was even a little slower.
Yeah, well, he went cutter, curveball, and then big overhand curveball for the punch out.
A couple of strikeouts to begin this game for Ryan Hetzler. He's feeling that foul ball. Dylan O'Connell in the 3-hole, fouls the first pitch off. Clear Wisconsin native and spent some time at Western Kentucky. Just a little bit up. This is a Milwaukee team that comes in with 9 straight wins under their belt. Held up. Lines it towards center field. Ballou coming in, makes the catch. 12-pitch inning for Ryan Hetzler. No score after an inning in this regional final.
Welcome to Squeeze Play. All the highlights, all the big moments.
You got a chance to have some big-time fireworks.
6 to 8 games on the screen at one time.
You're going to be locked in for that.
The season on the line.
Hashtag Squeeze Play. Send us some tweets. Maybe we'll put you on the social wall.
The storybook season will continue.
Always fun to check out Squeeze Play. Continuing through these regionals on ESPN+. Find them on the linear channel every now and then. Well, there's the younger person's version of that wall. You look at the tickets that have been punched. UNC, Georgia, Texas, and now Kansas. They beat Arkansas for a second time in that Lawrence Regional. First time KU'd ever hosted a regional, and now they're going to be in the Supers for the first time.
Now, very good news for the Jayhawks. I guess we got everybody everywhere stacking them up, huh?
That's the 21 and up section.
That was a whole different section.
Really? There's two walls going, you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. Ethan Bingaman leading off. He's top of the second. Almost hit him and just barely got out of the way. By the way, this is the 6th regional game overall here at Auburn. It's the first time in any of the regional games we've had no score through an inning. I knew you'd like that one. I knew you'd like that. Dueling walls. He does not get cheated. From 3-0 to 3-2, Ethan Bingaman. The sights and sounds, Plainsman's Park. Late on a Sunday night, bouncing ball up the middle, behind the bag at second. It's going to be a tough play anyway for Bozak, and a ball not hit all that hard over the mound. Bingaman can run pretty well, but he is on.
I'm going to give this a hit. It's going to be a tough play for Bozak. Hit about 77 exit velo. He's got to come up and make a quick throw on the run towards the third base dugout.
The official score agrees with you. That is a base hit.
Well, maybe he's listening.
Cade Ballou, the starting center fielder. Very nice numbers in the regional with 3 homers, and he's made several outstanding catches in center field that have been run saving of their own.
Yeah, one in the first game today. Saved at least 1 run.
As yes, you saw 1 home run from the season coming into this regional. Suddenly he's up to 4. Kick to the left of Spence. Joey able to retrieve it. Old Bingaman at first base. Folks probably didn't think they'd be here this late after 10:30 Central Time, but late start with the earlier game is why we are here. We're just happy that we're knock on wood, the weather conditions right now are.
You did knock on wood, right?
I did. It's baseball. We're all a little superstitious.
That pitch right there has been Ballou's go zone. He's run into a couple of fastballs down, and in, and put some charge into him.
That ball's fair, right over the bag and down the line and right. Bingaman being waved around third. Throw home cut off. Ballou continues his RBI waves, and his double drives in Bingaman with the game's first run.
It's just good on good fastball. runs into the go zone, and Cade Ballou drops ahead of the bat. Gets it by Hadley. And I still do not know what that dance is.
Our generation is not supposed to know. That's Gen Z's thing, man. Brandon McCrane, the shortstop. Camden Kunkey has given up a run here. He walked a couple in the first inning, but got out of it. Kunkey pitched twice in the Horizon League tournament. Won one of those games, saved the other. We mentioned that we had not had a game until this one goes scoreless into the second inning in this regional. Here's something else. This is the first time that Milwaukee has trailed at any point in this region.
Yeah, they're usually up like 19-0. I mean, they're up 10-0 on Auburn.
Yes.
If I have it right, I think they were up 9-0.
Yes, I
on
believe that's
UCF
correct. Yes.
Before anything got started on the opposite side.
That is accurate. 10-0 and 9-0 leads in the first two games here at Auburn against Auburn and UCF. Playing from behind for the first time. Deep count for Camden Kunkey. Fourth full count already. This is only the seventh batter he's faced.
I mean, that velo was 94-95. This is what happens when you bring a closer in. The velo starts dropping. 91 now. The energy level, it's just he's not in shape to go long. Longest outing again, 2 2/3. And I kind of feel like this is a chips pushed all in move by Milwaukee.
Bit of a roll of the dice, but I don't think it's a move that we're surprised by.
No, you got to get your best guy in.
It's a high fly just out of the infield, backing up the second baseman Connor Bozak. And that's an important first out for Kunkey. Well, Auburn, after losing on Friday to Milwaukee, suddenly found themselves needing to win 4 straight times to win the regional. And to do that, it's only done 7% of the time historically. We're halfway to that number. Milwaukee, who won the opening game and their second, an 82%. Now, obviously, this is house money for Milwaukee, because they can lose in the season's. It's a winner take all tomorrow. But Auburn, it's been elimination now for a 3rd straight game.
Yeah, and they are the one team that has the pitching depth coming into this. Now, they have spent some bullets to get here, and they're spending their bullet in Hetzler coming out here, knowing how important it is to keep this offense, talking about Milwaukee, off the board for a little while.
Taylor Bell's at the DH, batting in the 9 spot again. Fouls it away. He's been starting DH every game. In fact, it's kind of unusual to say with Butch Thompson's track record, but he hasn't changed the lineup at any point.
No. for the first time in my history, I wrote the lineup in without seeing it.
It's usually a roll of the dice.
That was a big roll of dice.
Bounced up there. Nice block by Joey Spence. That guy's been a big part of this weekend and this run. Speaking of Spence, Taylor Belza has been too. He's been a very pleasant surprise since coming into that order because he hadn't really played a whole lot coming into this.
No, he really hadn't. Got an emergency outing as a catcher about a month ago in Gainesville. Got to start at DH at A&M in the SEC tournament, and that has been about it, other than some ABs late in games, in blowouts.
Hunke already at 50 pitches, a 3-2 delivery. Is ball 4 to Belza. He has now walked 3, one time through the order. First at second with 1 out in the top of the order. Lou and Belza both aboard. Mason McCrane takes ball 1.
I like the idea. I'm trying to think with Kunke right now and how do you get out of this jam. Obviously rolling a double play, but you're back to the top of the lineup. You've seen these guys already. And he comes up with a first pitch changeup, trying to just mix things up a little bit out of the fastball breaking ball mode.
Mason McCrane geared up for that pitch, but came up empty. Hunke has just not quite had his feel and command here to start this.
I mean, initially he came in and it was loud noise, 94, 95, yes. And that works. And now it's like, okay, I got to find something else. I'm losing my velo. And not necessarily a strong suit.
Now he's behind in the count, 3-1 on Mason McCrane. Very close pitch, but called ball 4, and that will load the bases. Bump up the walk total to 4, so the question now is for Sean Wagner and the Panthers staff, how long is the leash here? Camden Kunke.
I mean, he's your dude. He's been in these spots before. He is the one guy that will find a way to wiggle out of this jam. So a lot of trust, but you also got to understand he is probably on fumes.
Saw Sean Wagner, the head coach there in the walkie-talkie. I'm sure the bullpen communicating back and forth here with the dugout. Just looking to the pin with Arnold and Ishida getting loose. Falls behind again, ball 1 to Guevara. It's a high fly to center. That's going to certainly be deep enough to get the runner home from third below. The throw is going to come with second base and a sac fly for Guevara. His 54th RBI, and that gives Auburn another run and makes it 2-0 game.
Guevara's 5th RBI at 4 in game 1 on a big 3-run home run to get things back in order against Milwaukee. And if I'm Camden Kunke, I'll take that.
You get the second out. 2 on, 2 outs with Chase Fralick at the plate.
That's 3 straight hitters started with a changeup.
I don't think landed it. At least 2 of them didn't land for a strike.
No,
yeah.
He's 0 for 3 on those. That one landed.
Did indeed. It seemed to kind of surprise Fralick a little bit. Wasn't what he was looking for, I don't think. 2 on, 2 outs, and 2 runs in here in the second. He has hit 3 home runs on this Sunday that basically have all looked exactly like what you just saw. And now it's been a huge inning for Auburn. They have put up a 5 spot.
My partner called it. He's already done this twice today. This is the 3rd one. No doubter into the night, 420 feet, 108 exit velo, and way on top of the Donaldson Hitting Center.
Frustrating night for Camden Kuhnke here these first 2 innings, and they're going to lift Kuhnke. Well, what a day for Fralick. What a regional for Chase Fralick. Taro Ishida is going to come in as the new pitcher. So Milwaukee pitching change as Auburn has scored 5 so far here in the top of the second. Five-run second, top half for Auburn, and it's still going. The Fralick 3-run homer has chased the starter, Camden Kuhnke, and brings in Satoru Ishida.
Ishida, the junior from Japan. Fastball is going to be 86 to 88. Cutter, slider, curveball, occasional changeup. 4-2 on the year. 30 innings, 31 hits.
Well, what a day it's been for Fralick. I'll tell you what, you leave him something middle in, you're going to be chasing that.
Oh, you throw him a belt-high fastball. It's just good night. You can't do that in batting practice.
As Rembert's reached on a fielder's choice.
I mean, you can go out and watch batting practice, and guys aren't doing that at the consistency that he has done it today.
"15 home runs in this regional for Auburn. They had 6 solo homers in the earlier game. Chopped towards the middle. And Connor Bozak gets the put out at first base, but 8 batters come to the plate, 5 score, and Fralick put on the exclamation point.
I mean, stay high. This is the same thing. 3rd time tonight. Fastball elevated, fastball gone.
The NCAA Regionals coverage continuing what's left of today and tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all NCAA championships. It's not exactly a fashion show, but some folks dressing out here on this late Sunday night. Well, let's see how the offense responds here from Milwaukee. They've responded very well the first 2 games, scoring a total of 13 runs. They find themselves down for the first time in a game here in this Auburn Regional. Right, Hetzler needed just 12 pitches to set the side down in order in the first inning. Strike to Dominic Kibler, Panthers DH.
Now here's going to be the difference between Kunke and Hetzler. Hetzler's been out there. Hetzler has the feel for 2 different breaking balls. He's going to be able to navigate. He thinks that first pitch was strike 1 and it was ball 1. But he's going to be able to navigate a little bit longer because he's already found the breaking balls. He had them for 3 innings last game. So when his stuff starts decreasing and he starts getting tired, he still has his breaking stuff.
He said, you know, maybe I thought the previous pitch was strike 3, so I'll just make sure this high fastball at 93 is strike 3.
He thought the first pitch was strike 1, so that was that walk-off. So he's like, all right, I've shown you a couple breaking balls. I still got 93 up top.
So he has fanned 3 of the 4 Milwaukee hitters to begin the game. The fielder Braden Horn. This is game 1 of the regional final, a game that Auburn has to win to set up a winner-take-all game tomorrow on Monday. Alex Petrovic, pardon me. Now you got me saying it. Petrovic pitched very well in an earlier game for Auburn.
He really did. He's been the Sunday guy that's found a way to win all those rubber games, and he found a way to win today with all our cloud-to-cloud lightnings and non-weather weather delays.
Yeah, without a doubt, for Auburn pitching staff, it's been one of the best in the nation, the best start they have gotten so far through their 3 games.
Yeah, Alvarez wasn't bad. Marciano got absolutely rocked by this Milwaukee team in game 1. 1 inning. So if I was to hazard a guess, if this thing goes till tomorrow, it might be Marciano going back out against the same Milwaukee team that he faced on Friday.
And if it does come to that,
my.
Oh, nicely done. That's the head coach, Sean Whiter, tipping the cap to the fans here.
That's impressive right there.
There it is. Yeah, there's that.
Well, I mean, the Auburn fans over there appreciate that.
Still the ball at 2 strikes on Horn. Raiding out of Wind Lake, Wisconsin. 3 RBI game. Win over UCF last night. He sends one into right field, and that's caught by Mason McCrane. Boy, that ball just kept hanging up. It looked off the bat like it was for sure going to drop into right field. Well, Mason McCrane came in and made that catch.
I mean, this ball's blistered out to right. Great jump by Mason McCrane. That looked like a single for sure. And it's not like McCrane is playing shallow either. He's in standard right field.
2 outs for John Hadley, the 6th. Sophomore's had 4 hits through the 2 games of this regional. 3 against Auburn on Friday, 1 against UCF last night. He hits one well towards right center field. On his horse, though, Cade Ballou runs that down. So a couple of nice plays by Ballou and Mason McCrane in the outfield behind Hensler to make it another 3-up, 3-down inning.
Cade Ballou running it down. 106 off the bat. And Ballou covering some ground.
There's the bracket. Auburn needing a win to set up the winner-take-all regional final tomorrow. And Milwaukee, if they're able to come from behind and win this, they will head to the Supers for the first time ever. Being in a regional final here is historic for them. This is something they have never accomplished until tonight.
I mean, it's been a great run. It really has. They have been out here. Thoroughly impressive offense has been lighting up the scoreboard. And it's been solid defense as well.
And Terrell leading off. Well, if Auburn were to hang on and set up the decisive game tomorrow, that would make us the 4th regional to have a Game 7 forced so far. Gainesville, Morgantown, and Atlanta, the other 3 spots that will have a Game 7 tomorrow for sure.
That's a lot of Game 7s.
It is. Yeah, which again, and we've had this conversation earlier. It kind of speaks to the parity, and I think the NCAA did do a nice job with putting the regions together.
I totally agree. You know, you sit there and you guess and you try to look at regions and speculate, and then you always end up falling to the host seed has the advantage. But we've already seen 4 of them bounced. And
including number 1 UCLA.
Yeah. And as you said, the parity in baseball.
Trying to hustle it out at second base. The throw is in time. Terrell grounds out to Bozak. Bub's just having a hard time. He's had been playing really, really well through the SEC tournament. And he has just hit a kind of a spot where he hasn't really been able to square one up, at least not consistently.
Yeah, I just feel like he was feeling for that baseball right there. I don't think he's seen it as well as he normally does. And that is not the Bub Terrell swing that we're used to seeing.
Strike to Ethan Bingaman. Ethan began the second inning with a base hit and eventually scored the game's first run. He is in the hole to Ishida, no balls, 2 strikes. Freshman Ethan Bingaman out of Redlands, California, which is near San Bernardino. They call it the Inland Empire out there in Southern California. Second team All-SEC here in his freshman year. Made the All-SEC freshman team as well. Interesting stance, and I love that angle. He hits one hard towards right center field and a long run and on the move. Dylan O'Connell runs it down. O'Connell saying, you know, we got our own outfield defense out here. He got an excellent jump to take extra bases away there.
Bingaman stings this one at 102, and as you said, O'Connell seeing Ballou do it the inning before, going, hey, you know, I can cover some ground too.
Yeah, he's shown that through these 3 games they've played.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, this Milwaukee team has been solid defensively.
Ole Miss just advanced. And they're going to face the regional winner from right here. The Auburn regional winner.
Well, I got to believe they're sitting at home going, Milwaukee wins, we're hosting. Auburn wins, we're going to Auburn. So I wonder who they're rooting for.
I think right now in Oxford, Mississippi, there's a big Milwaukee Panthers watch party going on. Up high to Ballou. RBI double for Cade Ballou in his first at bat. gone from 1 to 4 home runs on the season in this regional, having hit 3 in this regional.
And he and Belza are the two pieces that have not been in the lineup regularly. And they have found their way in, and they have been a big, big piece of this offensive explosion over the last couple of games.
Check swing, he did go. So a strikeout for Ishida, and he sets down the Tigers in order in the top of the third. So Satoru Ishida with the quick inning, keep it a 5-0 game.
Well, she does a really nice job since coming in. I mean, it's a very unique look from some of the pitchers I have seen in the past from Japan, of that little hitch in the leg kick, and then he is really able to spin and manipulate the baseball.
Yeah, always a lot of that deception, as you said, you know, and I always harken back to Hideo Nomo. He's one of the first Japanese pitchers I remember consistently in the big leagues. A lot of deception with those pitchers.
Yeah, and you could just see that little hitch is kind of a trend that they had. And I've gotten to play on a couple of USA teams, so you run into Team Japan, who's always very good, and just that little kind of double clutch, and he's got things going all different directions. Now the velo's not quite probably where he wants it, but that's a power changeup. He's shown a really nice curveball. He hasn't thrown it for a strike yet tonight.
You know, that's an inning that Milwaukee just received from the mound that should give them an impression like, hey, you know, if we can knock out a couple of runs here, right back in this game.
Yeah, and they're looking right now to get to Hetzler. They understand that he pitched 3 innings last game, and they know, all right, you know what, it's going to be soon that we're going to be able to get to this guy. And we got a guy out there that's shutting the door.
Well, he hasn't shown any signs of any kind of major tiring at this point. He's retired all 6 batters he's faced. He did get some help from his outfield defense in the last inning, with nice catches by Ballou in center and Mason McCrane in right. So it's 7, 8, 9 with number 7, Connor Bozak, leading off for Milwaukee.
Well, Mark, there's one thing to go out there and throw 3 innings. There's another thing where it's not intense. You have no pressure. I'm not saying he doesn't have any pressure.
Jack, thanks very much. We welcome everyone to Plainsman's Park in Auburn, Alabama. Mark Neely along with College Baseball Hall of Famer Greg Olson. Regional final here. Auburn needing a win to stay alive. This is their 3rd straight elimination game they've been in after losing to Milwaukee in the first game here on Friday. And the Milwaukee Panthers needing just 1 win to advance to their first ever Super Regional. They're already playing in their first regional final in school history. And as you see, down 5-0. Auburn scored 5 times in the 2nd inning, including a 3-run home run from Chase Freilich. Rip and a miss by Bozak, who strikes out, and Ryan Hetzler picks up his 4th strikeout. Let's catch up for those of you just joining us on SEC Network. Freilich has done this exact same thing 3 times today. In the earlier game, also hit 2 home runs out the right.
He has come up big time for Auburn. And that ball is deep into the night. But as you said, 3 times so far today that Freilich has gone deep.
Here's Joey Spence, who's been a huge piece of this run for the Milwaukee Panthers. Ryan Hetzler, who's the closer for Auburn, pitched the last 3 innings of the earlier game, the win against UCF, which didn't end until about 9 o'clock Central Time because of a 3-hour weather delay before the game started. It was an elimination game, and Auburn eliminated UCF. For those of you who haven't seen much of this Auburn Regional to this point, it all began the first game on Friday, the early game. Milwaukee, the 4 seed, Auburn, the 1 seed, and number 4 national seed. And Milwaukee got out to a 10-0 lead and won 13-8. And then they put up another 13 spot last night against UCF. So they're 2-0 here, needing just 1 win to win the region.
Their offense has been lights out. Second game, they get up 9-0. Auburn game, they get up 10-0. And that's in the first 4 innings.
Spence pulls that fair past the diving first baseman Bingham into the right field corner. Mason McCrane throwing to second base. He threw a strike, but in safely with a slide is Joey Spence. Spence been an extra base machine. That's his 4th double of the regional.
Gets a breaking ball, gets it out front, hooks it down the right field line. Bingman lays out. McCrane has already shown his arm off here once this regional. How about that one? 7th double in the last 8 games.
They had a walk-off home run to beat Wright State in the Horizon League tournament title game, which put them in the NCAA tournament for the first time in 16 years. Peel on the check swing, no cut. This is Kevin Elsie, the first base umpire. The shortstop and 9-hole hitter Christian Holmes. Bottom of the 3rd inning, this already feels like Milwaukee needs to get that runner home from second base just to kind of get a little something moving offensively here.
Yeah, that was a really nice at bat by Spence. Holmes, even though he's 1 for 7, has put together some good swings. Doesn't have a whole lot to show for it.
Floated out to center. Ballou had a little trouble, and that's going to drop in for a hit. Over to third base goes Joey Spence. Okay, it looked like he slipped just a little bit. Might not have gotten there anyway, but certainly once he lost a step or two, didn't have a chance to get to that one.
I think he slipped a lot. And I don't know if he would have got to it or not. We'll never know. That brings out Everett Tieford.
Tigers pitching coach to the mound. And Milwaukee's got something going here with 1 out, 1st and 3rd. After the strikeout of Bozak to begin the inning by Hetzler, he had set down all 7 batters he'd faced, but the double by Spence and now the Holmes single drops in, and the top of the order's coming up here for Milwaukee.
And the top of the order has been lethal for this Panther team. I really honestly think this is a conversation, and Hetzler is fighting to stay in for one more guy.
Hetzler pitched the final 3 innings of the earlier game this evening, picked up the save. See the numbers, win over UCF. He threw 37 pitches in the earlier game, and as you see, he's at 39 pitches right now, a couple hours later.
Yeah, no, he's got to be wiped out. He really does. He has done everything asked and more.
He struck out Grant Ross in the 1st inning. Slow tap is foul up the third base line.
Ross is a dangerous hitter. Had a home run in game 2, scored 5 runs, 3 RBI.
8-game hitting streak on top of that. Grant Ross scored 5 runs in the win over UCF last night. Ooh, that one slipped out of the hand of Hetzler, and Fraley kept it from going to the backstop. First and third, 1 out. Milwaukee Panthers trying to respond and get on the board here. Last of the third. Hetzler lands that pitch to get ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
How about that stat? That is unbelievable. 13 for 29.
Ground ball towards the hole. Long throw to first base. Got him. Terrific play. Brandon McCrane was deep in the hole on that left side. It does score the run from third. Spence comes in.
This is just an unbelievable play. Backhand in the hole.
Spence comes in with the first run of the game for the Panthers to make it 5-1.
And he tries to help out the first base umpire with the safe call.
There's Charlie Marion. That's a big play by Brandon McCrane, the shortstop. If that throws late, you're talking the innings kind of still rolling along with just 1 out with a couple of runners on it and a run in.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And Marion has been one of their main guys. This is a danger zone.
Ooh. He had a pretty decent hack right there.
Yeah, we saw him go deep 4th inning against Auburn on Friday. Out to dead central.
It was a 3-run home run he hit against the Tigers. Pickoff attempt, and they picked off Christian Holmes to win the inning.
This is the way it's done. PFP, timing play, hit the shortstop on the move, spin, bang.
Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals, presented by Capital One. Late on this Sunday night in the Central Time Zone, this regional final game that Auburn needs to win to advance it to a winner-take-all Game 7 tomorrow. And Milwaukee with a win, a rally and a win, takes the regional and heads to the Supers for the first time in school history. And we have the coach with us, Sean Wagner. I knew you guys had to wait around quite a bit today. Let me just get your thoughts on the start from Kunke. We were not surprised to see your closer come in this game because you hadn't had to use him till this point.
Yeah, he was someone that was fresh, not having thrown too much recently. He just really didn't have any breaking ball command or any off-speed options. He didn't do a good job of controlling the zone early, and the pitch count really ramped up on him in those first 2 innings. And I know he's not happy with it, but he'll be better if we can get another outing out of him.
Who's the spark you're looking for from the offense to get this thing rolling for you?
Really just the top of our lineup now. We're rolling this thing over, and we need these guys to step up and get some runners on base and try to get Hetzler out of the game here.
We'll leave you to it. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Coach Sean Wagner, his 3rd season who was an associate head coach under the previous head man, Scott Doffick. But Coach Wagner also played catcher at Milwaukee. Crane spins out of the way. The catcher back 26 to 2010. Associate head coach now in his third season, starting with that 2024 campaign. Crane lays it down. The pitcher, Taro, fields his position. The sheet of that is, and so Taro makes a good throw.
It's a solid play. Crane tries to bunt his way on, a push bunt. This does not get it close enough to the line or far enough to get the first baseman to somewhat engage. As fast as McCrane is, it's a fairly easy play.
Nine spot up, and Taylor Belza. And that bounced up there and hit him. So a hit by pitch. Turn the lineup over back to the top with a one-out base runner.
Belza getting on base twice now. Walk, and that hit by pitch.
Runner on for Mason McCrane, who has walked and scored. He scored on that Fralick 3-run homer in the 5-run second. Strike one call to the dismay of the Auburn fans. Taro Ishida came in relief for the starting pitcher, Camden Kunke. High fly, deep right field. Big rainbow headed towards the fence and is caught up against the fence by Charlie Marion. I think that ball went about as high as it did go far. And Mason McCrane flies out to very deep right field.
105 off the bat, but exit angle of 40 degrees. This thing was way up there. Marion does a nice job of finding the fence. Deep sigh of relief.
Sheeta's like, thank you. You're right, though. That was almost a 41-degree launch angle. I mean, that's a rainbow.
Well, I mean, most every baseball fan's favorite baseball movie or one of them is Major League, and it's too high. It was too high.
Needed about another 5 feet to get over the fence. So Mason McCrane just missing what would have been a 2-run home run, and this ball's lined left field. Horn over towards the canyon makes the catch. Well struck by Guevara, and Ishida keeps him off the board once again. Going to the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-1 Auburn. The NCAA Baseball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Some of the Auburn greats. Their jersey numbers honored on the left field fence. I'm not sure what that facial expression is, but that's a man that's wanting to get somebody out. There's all the numbers, including your 31. That's pretty good company to hang out with right there.
Yeah, no, it really is. Josh Donaldson's number just went up about a week and a half ago, and more than deserved. And I had the opportunity to play with Bo and Frank. Hudson is about 10 years younger, so yeah, good crew.
Somewhere Tim's nodding like, yes, please.
Yeah,
Tell people that I'm a decade younger than you are.
He's right underneath us.
So he didn't have to look far.
No, yeah, he was the one asking me, like, as we were doing the open or something, hey, what time's the game tomorrow? Huddy, I don't know. I don't know anything.
None of us do. None wrong. We don't know if there will be a game tomorrow.
That's a minor detail.
No ball and 2 strikes. Oh, you spotted him. There's Timmons. Next pitch to Marion, and Charlie sees that bounced up there.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, he's been here for 12 innings, 13 innings.
Supporting his team.
Came back, was a pitching coach for a couple years. Started out at Chattahoochee Valley, under-recruited, throwing about 85 miles an hour. 15 years later in the big leagues, 222 wins. Player of the Year award.
Remember those jerseys, the old SEC logo at that on the sleeve? Good AB going here for Charlie Marion.
I mean, I cannot believe Hetzler's still in this game.
I was just about to ask you, are you a little surprised? He's at 52 pitches after 37 earlier tonight.
I really feel like he talked Everett Kiefer taking him out.
And that battle is won by Hetzler. Strike 3 taken by Charlie Marion to begin the bottom of the 4th.
And that one's just going to keep it going. Backdoor breaking ball, catches the outside quarter. Fralick frames it up. That will keep the pitching coach away for one more guy.
Just buys him one more?
Yeah, it's just like an apple a day. A punch out a day will keep that pitching coach in the dugout. One more hitter.
And the assembly line of the strikeouts that you saw has reached 5. Including now 2 backward Ks, both at the expense of Charlie Marion, who's been having a great regional. Dylan O'Connell, who bats behind him here, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center the first inning.
Yeah, the top of this lineup has been just dominant in their first 2 games. O'Connell no less, 4 for 8. 4 RBI, a double, stolen base, a couple of walks.
Doing it against Auburn, the number 4 national seed on Friday, and UCF to finish 3rd in the Big 12 behind Kansas and West Virginia. Ball up the middle, it's going to scoot through. Remember, it had the best chance at it, trying to slide to his right. The base hit for O'Connell. It's hit number 3 for the Panthers.
Breaking ball down bottom of the zone. Gets the ground ball he wants, but hit too well up the middle.
One out base runner. Fifth hit of the regional for Dylan O'Connell, who's normally a big stolen base threat. Now 4. We'll see what they decide to do. He has over 40 stolen bases, 41 steals on the year and 45 tries. This is a team, Milwaukee, that has stolen 124 bases this year as a team.
Yeah, no, that's a big part of their game.
O'Connell's 41 is the all-time program record in Milwaukee.
Hetzler's fairly quick to home plate. Fralick does a nice job behind the plate, throwing out 8 out of 23 runners.
Hetzler's worked 3 1/3 innings in this game after 3 innings in the earlier game and a save to eliminate UCF. See what O'Connell, how big that lead is. 75 off-speed strike. Turned on it and pulled it foul. Kibler, the DH. Really the only lineup changes that Milwaukee has made. Head coach Sean Wegner. Batting order stayed the same. He'll just alternate when Kibler DHs, Spence catches, and then when Spence DHs, Kibler catches.
Yeah. So Spence had yesterday off from behind the plate. See a lot of off speed right now out of Hetzler. Curveballs early, that changeup missed.
Runner takes off, pitch is swung on and hit down the left field side. That's a long run for the shortstop. And in foul territory, right as Randy McCrink crossed actually Guevara. He looked at Bub Terrell where he was playing. That was just not a ball Bub was going to get to as far as he was shaded towards left center.
Nobody's getting to that. I mean, Guevara's playing shortstop. They had the whole infield shifted off to the right side. Long, long run. Times it perfectly to get there for a big second out. I keep saying this has got to be his last hitter.
You know, we just threw up a great stat there out of the bug that he's now over 100 pitches when you add the 37 he had from the first game today. So basically this has been a regular full start.
This has been a good start.
Ain't much going on in the bullpen there.
Petrovic had 108, and it was his career high. And now you got your closer in here with a 45 minutes delay in between is actually really impressive. That's like, no, don't even move.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thumbs up.
I got this. I got one more guy.
I'd like to run her off, by the way, in the last inning. He tries to chase back O'Connell there. Petrovic started a win over UCF earlier tonight. That was close. I think he got his, if not his A move, his A- move there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I think he's probably got a tick more on velo that you can send over to first base now that you've found your way where first base is. They're keeping good eye on O'Connell over at first base. How about a good old-fashioned pitch out?
You don't see that much anymore.
I miss that.
You don't even see it in the big leagues that much anymore.
No, that's what I'm being serious. I miss the pitch out.
I agree with you. This crowd, many of them up on their feet, trying to get Hetzler through what probably would be his last hitter. He struck out a half dozen and what most likely will be his final pitch of tonight.
Well, I keep saying he's got to be done. He's got to be done. How about 95? Punch out.
Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. This regional final game. Auburn needs 2 wins tonight and tomorrow to win it. Milwaukee just needs 1. It's 5-1 Tigers, top of the 5th. Let's chat with the head coach, Butch Thompson. 2-part question here. The number one, it's for Wetzler. I know he may have talked you and Corey into staying in there a little extra longer. Is that the last we'll see of him tonight? And also, how many seconds did it take you after the conclusion of the first game to realize you're going to start him in the second game?
We knew pretty quick the way he was throwing, and that's one of our guys that bounces back and throws a ton of relief for us. So really his first start of the year, but he gave us a thumbs up, and it looked like that was the best way to get all the pitches in for him for the rest of the tournament.
You got them all in. He's over 100.
Yeah.
Thoroughly impressive. Another impressive guy, Chase Freilich.
Yeah. He just absolutely big swings. It feels like all day long and up and down the lineup. But we got to all be going. This team, we've watched this Milwaukee team. They're the story of the nation right now of how they swung the bat. So we got a lot of baseball left.
They have indeed been a huge story. We appreciate the time. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Butch Thompson. Here is the aforementioned Chase Freilich. His 3-run home run to right in the second inning capped off a 5-run second. That's absurd. 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, and that's in game 4. And that's not finished yet.
That's in the middle of game 4.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Hey.
I love it. That's
I said earlier today he doesn't have a single. I mean, it's a great night, but you have no singles. They are completely shifted.
Exactly.
They are disregarding the fact that he can lay down a bunt. He has shown he can lay down a bunt. Holmes is out at shortstop. The rest of the team is on the right side of the field.
Well, with 2 strikes, that's probably come off the table, but it was an attempt there on that previous pitch.
And he's probably seeing the baseball so well. He's like, all right, if I get this down, it's a base hit. If not, it's 2 strikes. I'm seeing the ball well. I can still do something.
And he takes it the other way to left field. Horn makes the catch, but well struck. I'm impressed that he even did try to bunt. There are a lot of hitters that if they had hit 3 home runs totaling 5,000 feet like he has today, they'd be like, you know what, I'm swinging away here.
Yeah.
But he was team first there.
He really was. He was trying to get things rolling, and he had it. It's a free hit if he's able to get one down to the left side.
I think that's the first ball we've seen him hit the other way today, because all those home runs he's been pulling out over the hitting center.
Well, his home run yesterday was out over the green monster.
There you go. Yep.
So he is able to go oppo, and he does a nice job right there staying inside that one and shooting it to left. But Ishida,
he's coming and pitched really, really well here.
One hit by pitch. That's it.
You know, the velocity that Kunke was throwing with, especially initially when he started the game for Milwaukee, and you compare that to what Ishida brings in here. That's a one hopper to shortstop. Christian Holmes throws out Rimbert. That's a pretty good disparity between two different types of pitchers that Auburn has seen in this game from Milwaukee.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's a nice look, and I'm trying to figure out how Ishida has the numbers that he does. 6.3 ERA, more walks than innings. And this guy is just showing me pitching to contact, moving things different directions, changing speeds, changing tempos. He'll go with that little hitch leg kick. He'll go with a slide step. The only guy he's allowed on base was a hit by pitch.
No strike call on Terrell. And to your point, he's thrown 3 scoreless and hitless innings to this point against the number 4 national seed.
Yeah, that was coming off of great offensive performance today, and then a 5 spot in the second.
Well, Terrell has grounded out a couple of times. Facing Ishida for a second time. He grounded out to the second baseman against Ishida in the third.
Yeah, Bub just looks like he's feeling for it right now. You know, it's not his aggressive swings. He's just looking to find a way to make contact and get something out into the outfield grass.
Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody on with 2 down here in the Auburn top half of the 5th inning. Auburn, the visiting team in this game on their home field. And a big breaking ball, swing and a miss, and a strikeout ends the inning. And Satoru Ishida has come in this game and been fantastic with 3 1/3 scoreless and hitless innings of relief for the Panthers.
Ishida, the stabilizer for the Panthers. Hammer down. Ryan Hetzler, 3 innings, last game. This game, punch out, slider, punch out, hook, high cheese. High cheese again. Nice backdoor breaking ball. And to cap it off, last pitch of the night, over 100 pitches, 95 upside the zone. What an unbelievable outing by that man.
I guess we could say outings, even though it really kind of seems like one outing just with an hour in between.
Well, he never left the mound.
that is true. L.J. Cormier, who pitched against Milwaukee on Friday, is going to be the reliever to come in to take over for Hetzler.
Did not fare that well. Had a great freshman season. Fastball, it's going to be low 90, 89 to 91, 92, but 2 2/3 on Friday, 4 earned runs. Great curveball, big 12-6, and a really, really underappreciated changeup.
Check swing by Hadley, and he did go around. 6, 7, and 8 batters here for the Panthers, down 4, needing just 1 win to make it to the Supers and win this regional. Become a human hat rack. Hadley lined out to center his first time up. A nice play, Cade Ballou. See ESPN, your home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals. Around-the-clock multi-game coverage. Scan that QR code. ESPN Plus subscribers, you get access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. L.J. Cormier in the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. John Hadley, the 6th. 92 on the inside corner. And Cormier introduces himself with a strikeout.
Kicked up the velo on that one. Went with a changeup. Hadley fouled it off. 4-seam fastball inside part of the plate. Never met a hitter that agreed.
You know, you mentioned Cormier's outing in relief on Friday against Milwaukee. 2 2/3 innings, 4 earned runs allowed. It actually started pretty well for about half of that outing, and then Milwaukee seemed to have him timed up, and it went south in a hurry on LJ in that game.
Well, that's what really shook everybody at Auburn, was the fact that, all right, Marciano was off. He was in the middle of the plate, and these guys were right on time. Cormier, completely different look, different arm side, you know, big overhand breaking ball, good 3-pitch mix, and they were right on time on him. And it was his 3rd inning that went out there, and they dropped a 4 spot to make it 10-0. And then all of a sudden, everybody's looking around going, uh-oh, we're in a lot of trouble now, because this was supposed to be our piggyback long man to Marciano, and they're both out.
And got knocked around by Milwaukee's offense.
Yeah.
Bozak fouls it away. Hey, little quick nugget. We talked earlier how there'll be a new champion in Omaha this year since LSU didn't make the tournament. Because of the activity today, none of the 8 teams that made last year's Men's College World Series are alive, meaning for the first time since the 1999 expansion that this has happened, where none of the 8 teams that win in one year, none came back the next. It's going to happen this year. That's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
That's why you love college baseball.
No doubt. Omaha, the place that 8 different teams from a year ago will go
That's
to.
Awesome. That really is. I love that. Sorry for everybody that didn't get to go back. I never got to go, so you know what?
You don't have much sympathy.
Hang with them.
That's a big hang with them, huh? 2-2 from Cormier to Bozak. And LJ's come in and struck out the first 2. Panther batters.
This is that changeup I talked about. I call it the Vulcan changeup. Starts it on the outside part of the plate, ends up diving down to the middle, but the change of pace of almost 10 miles an hour, it's just impossible to hit.
Base is empty for Joey Spence. Doubled and scored. The Milwaukee run. The third inning. This guy has been nothing but an absolute joy to watch play this weekend at Auburn.
He really has. I mean, he is on the top step for every pitch if he is not hitting or catching. I watched him as a DH. You know, he's at the top step. He is right next to the coaches. You know, started out at Notre Dame, went to Texas A&M, Texarkana to get some playing time. Just a solid veteran bat and presence in that dugout.
Horizon League tourney MVP. Panthers offense trying to get something going with 2 outs. Cormier strikes out the side in the Milwaukee 5th inning.
Well, the biggest question for me on young pitchers is how do you bounce back after a bad outing? How about punch out, and punch out? Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
12th, Omaha, Nebraska, with 8 totally different teams than you saw a year ago. We promise you that. There's the Super Regional tickets that have been punched. A number have been. How about Little Rock sticking out on that list? That was a name that caught a lot of attention with Milwaukee early this weekend.
I mean, that's awesome. I really loved it. And I got lucky enough to have Murray State last year in the Super Regional at Duke. They were one of those teams that's like, yeah, no. And all of a sudden they find their way into Omaha.
Ethan Bingaman beginning the top of the 6th inning. Infield hit and a run scored in the 2nd. In fact, he scored the first run of the game in that inning. Lined out to center field last time up. He's ahead in the count now, 3-0. 5 super regional appearances for the Auburn Tigers. There's ball 4. There's 5 super regionals. The first collection of those, they were all on the road. They had to go to Florida State, Florida, North Carolina, Oregon State, but they finally got to host Coastal. Those 5 super regionals. They hosted Coastal last year and lost in 2 games.
Well, Cade Ballou is a hit-by-pitch machine. Broke the program record with 42 hit-by-pitches. That one's 43. In only 3 years. That dude just finds a way to get hit. But going to it, I had to think through when you were saying it.
Yeah.
That Auburn's never gone to Omaha hosting a super.
Hosting a super, that is correct.
They went to Omaha on the North Carolina Super, and they went to Omaha on the Oregon State Super.
Yes, 19 and 22, correct. But had to go to Florida State, and Florida State's going way back to 99. And at Florida at 18 the next year at North Carolina.
Well, prior to 99, the best team in each region would host, and it was a 6-team regional. Well, Florida State, the reason that they got to Omaha all the time was that they were the best team in the region, and they hosted all these regionals. And so everybody had to go through Florida State for the most part in the Southeast. Corey Bigler with a mound visit of Ishida, and it might be talking about a little bit of, all right, what we're doing on this bunt defense right here and giving somebody in the bullpen a little bit of time, but I don't see any baseballs firing.
Brandon McCrane did try to bunt his way on last time and was thrown out by the pitcher Ishida. A little activity going there. Lucas Watson up. Looks like he's just getting started.
All right, the idea from McCrane right now, if he's going to bunt this, is to bunt it down the third baseline and engage Ross.
And Ishida, certainly aware of that, not going to try to allow it.
Hadley's right on top of home plate. They are doing everything to get this leadoff out. And Ishida's taking it on himself and making some nasty pitches on the outside corner. And that's going to get an offensive timeout from Gabe Gross.
First time we've seen Gabe out of the dugout here in this regional.
Well, this is going to go, and my limited, very, very limited offensive experience in professional baseball in these conversations is when the bunt defense is crashing so hard, they tell you to pull the bat back and swing, because now your first baseman's basically out of play, because I'm telling him to just get off the field and get out of the road. And that leaves the right side wide open. And so if they choose to bunt with 2 strikes, maybe a bunt slash something, I don't know, but McCrane came in 9th in the SEC at batting average, so it's not like you can't let him go with 2 strikes.
And he tried to bunt it, missed it, and that's strike 3. Unhappy Brandon McCrane, who actually put down a really nice bunt in the previous at bat in the 4th. It just took a really good play from the pitcher Ishida to throw him out.
Yeah, I don't like that call. Let him swing away. He's hitting 340. He's got bat control. He can run. He's probably not going to hit into a double play. And the first baseman's right on top of home plate.
So Bingman aboard with Ballou. Now Belza hitting. 2 on and 1 out. 5-1 Auburn here, top of the 6th. And Auburn wins, sets up Winner take all game 7 tomorrow on Monday. Actually, I just said tomorrow. It just turned midnight. Yep.
Today. It's today.
It's today now. The Central Time Zone. Welcome to Monday. Those of you just a little east of here in the Eastern Time Zone, it's already now 1 a.m., but thanks for hanging with us. Fouled back. So the Monday is here. Tell you what, the weather in the Southeast has been a challenge, not only here, but Tallahassee, other places. We've had a number of long weather delays, which is why we're playing past midnight. That hit him, so regardless, the result is going to be bases loaded. Second time he's been hit by pitch now.
Yeah, but Ishida's got 3 hit by pitches. 2 of them are Belza.
Walkie-talkie up to the ear for Sean Wegner, wanting to know if bullpen's ready to go. 55 pitches to Taro Ishida.
All right, everybody's organized. Ishida got the pitch clock reset. The umpire made sure that we are clear that Ishida is in the stretch.
Down low to Mason McCrane. By the way, not only is it Monday, welcome to the month of June.
I've been out here for a month.
It just seems that way. And that's a hit by pitch, and will force in a run. If Bingaman touches the plate, that's 3 hit by pitches in a span of 4 hitters.
I have never seen that.
Me neither.
And they're all back foot breaking balls of lefties. Ballou, 2 times on Belza, and McCrane, they are all breaking balls at the feet of lefties. If we do play again today, there's going to be some Auburn boys that are going to be limping around.
Outside to Eric Guevara with the bases loaded. Still just 1 out, and now a 6-1 lead for the Tigers. Guevara determined to swing at that breaking ball that was tailing away and down and away from him.
Yeah, a couple different looks on breaking balls from Ishida. A little cutter, and then that big overhand 12-6 hook. And he's really pulling that breaking ball. That front side's coming out, he's clearing out, and that breaking ball is in the left-handed batter's box.
Here comes another run. Now, Ballou is getting a huge secondary lead off at third base. He was already probably at least a third of the way home by the time that ball got away.
Yeah, he is in there, and you can see he was breaking a little bit, trying to see if Ishida will flinch. How long will Coach Wegner go here? I'm sure they're probably waiting on Lucas Watson to get hot.
And Guevara sends one deep towards right center field, and run down on the move, Charlie Marion. It'll bring in another run as Belza tags up and scores. Second sack fly of the game for Eric Guevara. And Auburn's up by 7.
Yeah, Charlie Marion covered some ground. Guevara blisters this ball right center on the run. And I'm watching McCrane. McCrane took off, started to run. And Carl Nunemaker was catching him going, you got to get back, man. He caught that.
.55 RBIs now on the season for Guevara. Here's Fralick, and this has been must-watch television all day and night.
He's let a couple fastballs by. I'm wondering what he's hunting.
Bounced out to second base. Bozak from the outfield grass to retire the side, but they pick up 3 more runs without a hit. It's 8-1.
Yeah, no, she's got that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Why'd you call him Goat Head?
Oh, we're back. Got us doing a little business between innings. We were talking about Grant Ross is due up in the 2 spot. Check this out. Now, you remember the Canseco home run, as I like to call it, there on the left. Carlos Martinez from Cleveland. It bounces on the head. That was in 1993 at Old Cleveland Stadium. And Grant Ross hit one off Dialmez Ross of UCF's head that bounced over the fence, that fence last night.
He was pretty good, too. When I asked him, I was like, you know the Canseco home run thing, right? And he goes,
yep, he knew it.
He goes, yeah, that was in Toronto. And I was like, no, I thought it was in Texas. And we find out later it's actually Municipal Stadium in Cleveland.
While he was playing for Texas, yes. We have seen a lot of quirky things in this regional. Beyond the weather delays and
cloud-to-cloud lightning.
Yes.
Broken aluminum bat. Pitcher falling flat down on his face on a wild pitch.
Yes, which included the catcher retrieving the ball at the screen, throwing a strike to home plate and hitting the oncoming opposing runner, dotted him right in the chest. You can't make this stuff up.
A couple of fly balls to left that were misplayed.
Yes. All part of the fun of a regional weekend.
The ending of NC State.
Correct. How could we forget that?
I didn't.
A third strike to end the game that ended NC State's season on the hitter taking too much time at the plate and a strike being assessed, which made it strike 3. And ended Elliot Avent's time, 30 years as the head coach. at NC State. Yeah, at first base. So we had the spike pad had to be replaced. We had so much rain. And here's the broken aluminum bat. Yes, that does happen occasionally. Oh, we forgot about that.
We forgot the Band-Aid blister.
Forgot the Band-Aid blister, yes. We had an umpire, plate umpire, unfortunately, that took a foul ball off the face mask and had to be removed. That was the pitcher falling down. That's the Canseco home run here. That's just a little sample of what's been going on this weekend.
You guys are awesome putting that all together.
Yeah.
I forgot about the spike pad.
The spike pad. I think my favorite is the wild pitch. The UCF pitcher taking one step and falling flat on his front side. The catcher Skinner going to the screen, assuming his pitcher is going to be at the plate. Throws a strike. It drills the oncoming Milwaukee runner right in the chest. Fortunately, everybody was okay. Here is Grant Ross. And a strikeout for round number 2. Cormier has pitched very well in relief tonight.
Cormier looking like the Cormier that we've seen all season. This breaking ball, and I could never figure out how to do this, where you get it to kind of break down and into a righty. I could always create the tilt breaking it down and into a lefty, but he seems to have like a little backup curveball that is just borderline rare. Now, I might have a bad angle, but it sure looks like that thing's got a little bit of tilt down and in.
Now, the pitching was an issue the first couple of games, even though they won the second game. But tonight, and now this morning into Monday, it's been a much better performance by that staff, which is we were talking about a very small 2-game sample size to begin this, compared to the 50-whatever games where they were one of the best staffs in the nation. Lowest ERA.
Yeah, I mean, ERA whip.
And Cormier picking up on that. Strikes out Charlie Marion. He's punched out 5. And Auburn rolling here, looking like they want to set up a decisive game later on this Monday.
LJ Cormier mixing it up. Change up before this. High cheddar. Another punch out. 5 out of 6.
Oh, we're now into June officially here in the Central Time Zone and the Eastern Time Zone. That means it's College World Series time. It all begins June 12th. We'll have a new champion. LSU won last year, didn't make the tournament this year. There'll be 8 new teams in Omaha this year. None of the returners from last year. There's our bracket. It could be either Auburn or Milwaukee, perhaps. We'll see. If Auburn hangs on here, we'll have a decisive Game 7 later today at a time still to be determined.
Today.
Lucas Watson becomes the third pitcher of this game for Milwaukee.
21st appearance, 0-1 on the year, 17 innings. Fastball's 89 to 91. Slider, curveball, changeup mix. Fastball's going to be around, again, like I said, 89, 91. Breaking stuff ranges between 77 and 85.
Ishida, 3+ really strong innings, and then the command kind of fell apart in that last inning. Rembert lays down the bunt. This is going to be a tough play, and no chance for Grant Ross to get Chris Rembert.
I mean, I think what's more impressive, this is a great bunt. But what's more impressive to me is he's never seen Watson. He has no idea what the fastball looks like, what the slider looks like, what the curveball. He has no idea what anything out of the hand is looking like. And then he lays down that bunt.
So Rembert's aboard. Up Terrell 0 for 3. It's been a struggle this regional for Bub, for a guy who's had an outstanding sophomore season.
I mean, back on Thursday, you remember when I asked Butch Thompson, who's the guy that makes this offense click when it gets rolling?
And it took him about a half second to say Bub Terrell.
Yeah.
And note you saw there last 8 games, really that offensive damage, the home runs and all, that was from the SEC tournament for the most part in the end of the regular season.
Yeah, he got on quite a hot streak towards the end. Defensively, offensively. He's just feeling for the ball right now, it looks like. Just the swings are just, looks like he's just trying to make contact, as opposed to the guy who's got 16 home runs that is unloading.
It takes strike 3 on the inside corner from Watson. You know, every hitter is going to go through stages like this. And I'm sure for Bub it's frustrating because it's come at a time of the year he wants to be at his best.
Yeah, and he had it rolling as good as anybody. And it's just right now, you can just see, I mean, that's a fastball that's right in his go zone, and he can't pull the trigger.
Ethan Bingham's a man that's pretty locked in right now.
Oh, man. He's another guy. 4 home runs on the regional. This crowd is actually staying.
I see very few that have left from what was here when we started at, what was it, about 10:15 local? I tell you what, man. He's getting that swing off, and it is violent.
Well, like I said, he's got 4 home runs, 1 to left center, 1 to center, 1 to right center. He has sprayed them all, actually 2 to left center.
Out of play. You got a good look at the crowd here still. I mean, it's 12:20 on a Monday morning, and it's not like it's last weekend where Monday was a holiday and Memorial Day. There's a lot of people who have to go to work later, perhaps. Maybe you need to take a nap now to get ready for it if you're one of the younger fans. Or not.
Or not. No, they're still awake.
Ball blocked right up the third base side. The throw in time. No, saved with the slide. Spence got to it quickly.
Spence is a solid catch and throw guy. Little bit of a hesitation by Rembert. Spence bare hand pick. Man, that's close.
I think he got the left-handed.
Yep.
The slide was the difference.
Alan Gorwitz at second base. Good call, right on it.
Check, did he? Yes, foul tip into the glove according to our plate umpire, Grady Smith.
He's calling that on the foul tip, not on the swing.
Swing looked like he probably went around too anyway.
It was close, but I mean, Spence didn't even recognize that. He came up pointing to first base.
Which makes me think.
Makes me think.
Yes. It's sharply speared on one hop by Christian Holmes. And he throws out Ballou to retire the side. So Rembert that is stranded. Time to stretch on this early Monday morning at Auburn. The NCAA Baseball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Oh, saying take me out to the ball game at 12:23 a.m. on a Monday morning and tarps off. Some of us just need to call it a night. We're glad you haven't to this point. Thanks for staying up with us now here on SEC Network. Mark Neely along with College Baseball Hall of Famer Greg Olson and Baltimore Orioles Hall of Famer too.
Thank you.
8-1. We mentioned Milwaukee has scored 13 runs in each of their first two games here. Friday scored 13 beating Auburn, 13 last night to beat UCF. Here's what's at stake. Auburn's trying to force a decisive game 7 later today. Come from behind win, and they have 9 outs to work with still here, but down 7 to try to win their first ever regional title and head to the Supers. Ooh, check swing and saying it hit his hand, but it's as he went around. So O'Connell pleading his case. Plate umpire Grady Smith's kind of looking up at the third base umpire Eddie Newsom, or no, actually it's Sean Wegner, the third base coach and manager, that's head coach.
I'm thinking he called him out on the swing. And the ball hit him.
Yep, that out call's going to stand.
The changeup Gets left up and in. He swings at it.
Yeah, he definitely went around. That's a swing. So if you swing and get hit, it's the swing that matters.
Yeah. So hang with him.
Yeah. So that's the right call.
Absolutely.
The ruling on the field is the batter was hit by the pitch and swung. Wisconsin-Milwaukee is challenging that ruling. The play is under further review.
That's the bottom of the 7th inning, and
you got to get something started.
They're trying to do something here. It's doubtful that this challenge is going to work for Milwaukee from what we've seen, but that definitely looked like a swing.
All right, this is a changeup. Where's it get him? On the hand.
I mean, it's not a full swing, but it's a swing. It's a legal swing.
Well, it's a swing. But, I mean, do we go to the ruling of the hand as part of the bat? Then it's a foul ball.
That's okay.
I initially thought it got him in the arm.
You add a whole other element to this that definitely bears consideration.
That's what I'm looking at. That I thought it got him on the arm. I thought it completely missed the bat. That got him on the hand.
We've kept the Pittsburgh Replay Center pretty busy today.
Yeah.
So again, the call is a swinging strikeout. Still a roll of the dice, and let's see what the official verdict is.
After further review, the call of hit by pitch is confirmed. The batter is out. Wisconsin-Milwaukee has one challenge remaining.
All right. Initially expected that it would be confirmed, and it is. Even the Panthers with one challenge. That makes it 3 consecutive strikeouts now. Cormier. 6 of the last 7, looking at something like that. Here's Kibler. So the 13 runs in both games for Milwaukee, 1 so far now. The interesting part is that Milwaukee is being held to only 1 run in a game for the first time, in the last 41 games.
Wow. No, their bats have come alive. 9-game win streak. They have 2 13-run outings here. This offense has been killing it.
And we'll see how these last 3 innings play out, but right now it's been a team that has not had a problem offensively in the last 40-plus games.
Oh.
Everybody thought it was strike 3, except the man most important, Grady Smith, behind the plate.
Good four-seam fastball, and I love what Frelick and Cormier are doing with mixing it up. It's been change-ups, breaking balls.
Terrell comes in, got a late break. The bump makes the catch. And there is the second out of the inning.
Just a great effort. Like you said, a little bit of a late break, but comes in and still putting the offensive issues aside, able to do something and spark it defensively.
That slide into left field down in front of Terrell. And Braden Horn has a 2-out base hit for Milwaukee.
Goes up there hunting a changeup. Got it right on time. First base runner Cormier has allowed.
It is 2 2/3 innings of relief. For 2 for Hadley includes a line out to center, in addition to the strikeout. And 1. Hadley, a 3-hit game against Auburn on Friday. It was his 4th 3-hit game of the season. That is the Milwaukee skyline, by the way, silhouette. And that is the skyline of some folks who have been imbibing for quite a while.
I thought you were going to say the Auburn skyline.
Okay, that's probably a better line. Ball's well hit out to right field, but drifting back now to the edge of the warning track. Mason McCrane hauls in the final out, and it's 3 scoreless innings of relief for L.J. Cormier. The end of 7, Auburn 8, Milwaukee 1.
I'm gonna throw my doubt and pain, making room for better days. Yeah, I believe the worst is almost done. I've been so low, I couldn't see another road ahead of me. Devil came up and got so close that I could barely breathe, but I wouldn't let it take a hold of me.
Lots of great highlights from the season in that. We welcome you back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. That collage of highlights also had the Joey Spence walk-off home run to win the Horizon League tournament.
Rally dog.
You can't help but pet a dog like that when you walk past.
He's tired.
I can tell. Tristan Arnold comes out of the bullpen for Milwaukee for the first time in this regional.
Arnold's fastball 86 to 90, slider, changeup. Numbers on the year 1 and 3. 13th appearance. He started 3 games, 13.5 ERA, 15 innings.
Eight, 9, and 1 batters here for Auburn. Jammed McCrane, and a floater out towards left field is run down by the shortstop Christian Holmes. first time. There's something out. The outfield warning track needs to be picked up. Good look there from the outfield. Back here towards the grandstand. It's only somebody. There's a beer can on the field, on the warning track. I guess somebody's wall fell down up there on the War Eagle wall.
And there went another one.
You know, it's past 12:30. It's just a whole different environment right now.
Yeah.
It really is.
Now the cans are starting to stack up.
2 balls, no strikes on Belza. It's been an interesting night and now morning. Another chance here for Holmes. Christian fires low but out to first base. First time Belza's made it out in this game.
His first official at bat.
That too. 2 hit by pitches and a walk and a couple of runs scored. Here's the top of the order, and Mason McCrane. He's been hit by a pitch. That came in his last plate appearance. Also walked and scored. Looks at strike 1, Tristan Arnold.
Starting to feel like we're playing at 12:30 right now.
I would agree with you.
You know?
I think there's
crowds, it's kind of sitting here.
Yeah. But I tell you what, and we had no idea when we got to the ballpark this morning that we'd still be here the following morning. But if you told me at 12:38 we'd be at the park and there'd be this many people here, I would say kudos to the fans, man. It's impressive.
Yeah, they have been waiting. They got all the air taken out of their sails on Friday by this Milwaukee offense. Had to play an early game Saturday. I was about to say yesterday.
Yeah, that's 2 days ago now.
Another early game today, so Auburn's been hoping for one of these night games where they get a chance to get the 7,000 people and the rowdy crowd, and they got one at 10 p.m.
That's skied out to left field. Braden Horn made a few steps. And Tristan Arnold sets Auburn down in order. Midpoint of the 8th. Still 8-1 Tigers. 8-1. Auburn leading. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning on this early Monday morning in Auburn, Alabama. Let's take a look at this morning's Capital One rewarding performance. And it was the basically the closers for each team starting this game.
Yeah, and Ryan Hetzler coming out, 6 strikeouts, 4 innings after throwing 3 innings. And LJ Cormier just filling up the zone, 3-pitch mix.
Those 2 games did not go all that well for Auburn pitching, but the 2 games they played here in the last 10 hours. Page Schmidt pinch hitting here, swinging at the first pitch, and he grounds out to Rimbert at second base. He's batting for Bozak. There's Hetzler after what really was a start, but it was just spread out over 2 games with an hour break between ports of.
That's bizarre, it really is. I mean, to go 3 innings to get the save and then just kind of hang out for 40 minutes, and here you are again, start the next game.
Here goes another 4 innings. Spence waving a miss, a ball and a strike on Joy, who's doubled and scored the lone Panthers run. It's back in the 3rd. Strike to the outside corner, says Grady Smith. I think Spence is thinking, was that a strike at 9 o'clock tonight? Or was it not? Wasn't going to risk that. He fouls that away.
Well, he struck out on a changeup from Cormier back in the 5th.
Balls, 2 strikes. The Milwaukee catcher. Strike 3. Inside edge. Cormier, a career high 7 Ks. ESPN, the home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals, around the clock multi-game coverage. We're putting that to the test right now, multi-game coverage around the clock. Scan that QR code, ESPN Plus subscribers. You get access expanded coverage with Squeeze Play. We basically are your Squeeze Play right now.
We the last game playing?
We are indeed.
Sweet.
And technically, Aaron Schneider, our producer, reminds me that we're technically the first for Monday as well. So we're first and last. A wise man once said, if you don't finish first, you're last. I think Ricky Bobby reminded me of that one time, but we were first and last.
The great philosopher Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. Or his dad.
Well, I mean, I would probably go then we're the last game of May and first game of June.
That too. So many ways to look at it. Crowd on their feet, 0-2. That one had a little steam on it, but Sean Wegner, the head coach, acted like he was going to feel that one like he did earlier.
Well, it's one thing to actually do it, and it's another thing to act like you might do it. You're not getting any bad hops on that AstroTurf, so.
LJ Cormier has been magnificent in relief. 14 Ks now for the Tiger staff tonight.
Cormier has been absolutely lights out since walking in. Change up, another punch out, 8 on the night.
Never too late or too early to do the Cotton Eye Joe. 8-1, Auburn leading, top of the ninth. They're trying to send this to a decisive Game 7 later today. Ole Miss, a little party going on in Oxford maybe tonight and this morning with what they've done in Lincoln, and that lines up with this Auburn Regional. First pitch swinging, Guevara, deep left center field in the canyon, and at the track caught by O'Connell. Get to one of the deepest parts of this ballpark. Smirk there on Guevara's face. He hammered that one pretty well, though.
Yes, he did. 104 exit velocity, just wrong part of the ballpark, wrong part of the night. A little bit of fog rolling in.
We do indeed. See it in the stadium lights. Here's Chase Freilich. Three-run homer in the second. That's a good look at it. Confident that will not lead to a weather delay.
Why? Why would you say that?
It's the ninth inning. I'm rolling the dice here. And another hit for Freilich. This one going into the corner. He's going to try for two. And in with a slide. Another extra base hit for Freilich. And his 18th double of the season.
This guy is on an absolute tear. I've been joking. He doesn't have a single. Well, you hit a ball at a 108 exit velo. Anything above his waist right now is getting utterly smashed.
What a day and night for Chase Freilich. Remember it up there, swinging at that first pitch. Ellis is taking over at second base for Milwaukee. Outside corner strike from Tristan Arnold. Chris's base hit was a bunt base hit leading off the seventh. Puts that in the air to center field. O'Connell doesn't have to move much. Freilich just wanting to draw a throw from the center fielder. O'Connell took 3 or 4 hard steps towards third base. He doesn't miss a trick, man.
No, he doesn't. O'Connell was like, you ain't running on me, and he flipped it in.
Two away for Bub Terrell.
These fans are trying to get Bub out of his funk.
You can certainly tell he is one of the big-time fan favorites here. Two.
He's up there hunting a breaking ball, and he's letting a lot of good fastballs go right down the middle. after that 5-run outing, I mean, it's been pretty quiet. You know, the 3 spot on hit by pitches and a walk.
Yeah, no hits in that inning when they added 3 runs.
Am I seeing the scoreboard right? There's only
9 total hits.
Milwaukee is out hitting Auburn.
They are. No, no.
Excuse me.
5-4.
Yeah, I got
since
home team, road
Auburn
team.
is technically the visiting team, so they're on the top there. Normally not there, but they are in this game. But still, it feels like a game where Auburn's had more than 5 hits.
It feels like that, yeah, but it has been quiet. You got 3 runs scored with 3 hit by pitches and a walk.
And a strikeout ends the inning. Last chance for the Milwaukee Panthers going to the bottom of the 9th.
Tristan Arnold comes in, settles things down. Good solid inning of work. And a nasty breaking ball at the bottom of the zone.
We are headed to the bottom of the 9th inning. Milwaukee down 8-1. Auburn looking to extend this to a decisive Game 7 later today. This is what is at stake. An Auburn win. It's a winner-take-all Game 7. A little later on this Monday, and Milwaukee's already in their first ever regional final. Would like to make their first ever super regional appearance. If they're able to win this game or later today, that would be against Ole Miss in the Supers. First pitch swinging, Grant Ross. High pop fly, shallow left center field, and McCray, the shortstop, out to make the catch. By the way, those of you watching on SEC Network, especially in the Eastern time zone, where it's nearing 2 a.m., this is not a replay. You're watching a live event from Auburn, Alabama.
A game that spanned 2 months.
It has. It seems that way in a lot of ways, but yes, that's exactly right. First pitch swinging here is Marion at the shallow right center field, and this time the center fielder takes over, and Ballou makes the catch. NCAA regionals again continue later today on this Monday. ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more info, visit ncaa.com, your home for all NCAA championships. Down to the final out. O'Connell's the batter and takes a strike.
He had to.
He was not going to let him finish the game with a 3-pitch inning.
No, you can't. I mean, it's been a great night for the pitching staff from Cormier.
Ground ball is short. McCrane fires, and we are headed to a decisive Game 7 later today. Auburn wins it 8-1.
Well, it was the one big inning. Fifth inning, 5-run second inning. Chase Freilich, big 3-run home run. They were able to add 3 on a no-hit inning. And the pitching staff showed what it has done all year long. An absolutely dominant performance, 14 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed, just 1 run.
Yeah, Milwaukee held to 1 run for the first time in 41 games. The fans that have stuck around here at nearly 1 a.m. Central Time just learned that they're going to have another game later today at 5 o'clock Central Time. We'll give you more on that in just a moment, but Auburn has won it. What a big game, not only this game, but previous game for Freilich. There's your bracket. It's all set now with this final 8-1 Tigers beating Milwaukee. So it forces a decisive game 7. Here we go.
Yeah, no, I mean, is Milwaukee's bats going to come back out? Are they going to face Marciano? There's a lot of questions to be answered, and we're going to find it out later on today.
We will indeed. So you see there at the bottom of the screen, 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 Central Time for our winner-take-all Game 7 on ESPNU. With the winner heading to the Super Regionals, and if it's Auburn, they would host Ole Miss. If it's Milwaukee, they'd be heading to Oxford, but all that to be determined later today. It has been an interesting day, to say the least, here, Greg Olson, on a lot of different levels.
Yeah, it really has. There's been a lot of offense, and Auburn finally got the pitching that they have had all year long, finally showed up today. And now, will Milwaukee be able to bounce back?
Yeah, their 9-game winning streak just came to an end. Coach Thompson talking with his team and getting the final word for now. So we will hopefully see you later at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 Central Time on ESPNU for the decisive 7th game between Auburn and Milwaukee. That's going to take care of things on a long day from the Auburn Regional. For Greg Olson, our outstanding crew, I'm Mark Neely. Thanks for sharing this one with us. And good morning from Auburn, Alabama.